So today I will be talking about gluten intolerance and celiac disease. So before I really introduce you into celiac disease and gluten intolerance, I want to lead you into a scenario first and ask you a question, a very unique question. So have you ever been in a restaurant and you really overheard someone saying that they have a gluten allergy? Or you go on and you read up on the menu and it says gluten-free options available, or it says gluten-free in bold that product is gluten-free. Well, to really introduce that, gluten is really like with foods with wheat, barley, rye, or oats. But the main foods in that gluten category in everyday life, to really be specific, would be pizza, pasta, bread, cookies, cake. Those are main grain foods that have wheat. So to start off, with my credibility, of course, I have been on a gluten-free diet for 17 years. Got diagnosed when I was 2. The reason how it happened was they did blood work, and my mother saw that I wasn't feeling well. I was sick. She knew I wasn't right, and did some blood work and found out I had celiac disease. So my main goal. So since you have a little more background, my main goal really is to say that I want to really inform everyone who doesn't have a big background about celiac disease or really doesn't know much about it, that they're informed now, so later on in the long road, you know what thing to do. And will be my main points that I will be talking about. And that is going to be symptoms, treatments, and causes. And I would like to first start out with causes. So a main cause really is from your family. And I say that because it's really through blood. Like, you can get it from your mother may have celiac disease, your uncle, second cousin. And I say second cousin because I'm a firm believer of this, because I think it can be anybody, because I actually have a second cousin that has it. It really hasn't been confirmed that is the reason why I have celiac disease, but the fact that that's one of the only people in my family that has celiac disease, and I think all directions are pointing that way. So, like, to really stress how it's a cause, it's hereditary, so it's not going to be a virus. And of course, like, there's a big outbreak right now with the coronavirus. It's the complete opposite of that. It's just through family. It's not through sneezing or being too close to somebody, breathing too close. Like, it's not that type of situation. And another thing I didn't know about is that 1 in 133 people have it in America. So that's about 1% of the population. That's according to a stat. And another thing I also didn't know is that I thought it was only for family originally. So it can be things such as glaucoma, diabetes, epilepsy, and those are autoimmune diseases, and celiac disease is a main autoimmune disease, so that's where it can actually really connect. And so since you have a good understanding of causes of how you can get celiac disease, I would like to move you to the symptoms of how you can really feel when you get it and you know you have celiac disease. So really some symptoms are fatigue, bloating, nausea, and the really main concern is throwing up. Like, that's probably the top notch of it all, of the symptoms. And well, if you're non-mild, like if you don't have celiac disease bad, like, you're not going to throw up. But really it depends, because this is what, like, how you look at it. Like, if like, you don't eat a lot of gluten, like, you may not get sick. Like, I've done that before. I've recognized I ate a wheat product and haven't got sick. Sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you really don't. It all depends on how your stomach feels. And so now, since you know main symptoms, I would like to move to treatments. And that would be, there is really no treatments. And the strongest treatment to really prevent celiac disease is just going on a gluten-free diet. That's really it. Because as another interesting stat I did not know is 92% of people go on a gluten-free diet, and they can still get sick, and due to things like cross-contamination and processed food, things like that. It's crazy. It really is. You wouldn't think so, but it is. It's something actually crazy to think about. And that's the reason I point to cross-contaminated food, why I think it's actually a crazy point. Because your food, you can be at a restaurant and your food can get touched with something else, such as bread, with your gluten-free food. So since that bread is kind of on your food, something can be rubbed off, and if you eat it, you can throw up. So cross-contamination is a big issue. That's why you might overhear that, what I said earlier, about somebody having a gluten allergy. They're asking the waiter to be careful because they have a gluten allergy, to be careful with their food. And that is why it's so stressed and so serious and taken very seriously. That is why also a really big problem is if you get sick and you keep eating gluten, you can get thinner and thinner because the food is just throwing up. Your body is not healthy. You're just getting sick and sicker and sicker. And that can lead to extreme weight loss if you don't take it seriously. And so that brings me to my goal here, is to inform you about celiac disease, so you can inform a friend about it if they say they have symptoms, or you, if you're feeling symptoms, you can think about this video, this speech, and I can help you in that way. That would really mean a lot. So thank you for listening. Hope you have a great one.